my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of July 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. The reading can go both ways, so if I tell you that you are feeling or acting in a certain way, it can be in the reverse, that the person you are dealing with is feeling and acting in that way. The energy is the same, it's just different castings to the different roles by the universe. For this reading, I will use the Druid Craft Tarot by Philip and Stephanie Cargome, illustrated by Will Worthington. And I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Aries, when I open your deck here, I see the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands. I'm a little bit thrown off because it's in the reversed. I also found earlier today the Lovers card in the reversed. I don't know if it's a sign that I should do all my readings with reversed card, but for now I will do it with the upright card. But here we have the Wheel, so that's the Wheel of Fortune. It's about miracles, synchronicity, also you losing some of your control, and that might be what also the Three of Wands in the reversed was kind of aiming towards, because the Three of Wands in the upright is the person having a control. You have decided upon a direction and you are set firm in that direction. You're not going to change your mind, but maybe here the divine is kind of overruling you. So that is this beautiful nuance you can get, like the beautiful differences you can get from when you are reading reversals. But people often find this a little bit scary, but I do it for my private readings, personal client readings, but also with the Osho Zen Tarot, and I see that many people react towards this, but it's like fine tuning the tarot cards. But so with this message, I'm thinking that the divine wants to change your course of direction, and you might be like going headstrong in one direction, but they are going to ask you to change direction. Okay, so maybe they supported this direction first, but now they want you to make a course change. Okay, so it's not like you did wrong before, it's just that now it's time for something else. Okay, so I called the divine with love and light. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. So Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning and probably like a new direction for you. So you're going very headstrong in one direction, and then the divine comes with a course change and a new chance for you, and you now are going in that direction. So it seems like there will be, you're going with your boat here or your car, it's like in a dream, and then there comes something like the divine gives you signs, maybe with synchronicity, or they just change your whole life. It can be like the Wheel of Fortune can be a big revolution as well, and the Ace of Pentacles usually comes often after the Death card. It's the new beginning after something has died, so it might feel a little bit overwhelming for you when the course of direction changed, but it's all for a reason. It's like you being directed on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So it's going to be for a good reason. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we see the Sun and the Three of Wands. So it's all about your enlightenment. It's all about becoming more aware, more awake, more you. So if you are going very stubbornly in one direction and you need to change the course of direction, it might be that the divine wants you to see something. Maybe you are going stubbornly in one direction because it's easy to just take a choice and go in that direction, but maybe it's not the whole truth. Because the sun here comes usually with the whole truth. There's always some shadows when the sun is shining bright, but this is the highest card for love. It's the highest card for known feelings. It's the kind of almost the highest card for illumination. We have also the the Judgment and the World card, but here is a person being fully illuminated, knowing their feelings. We also have the Six of Cups here underneath. So I'm thinking there might be some kind of vulnerability when it comes to love, for example, and a decision that you might have taken in the past have made you kind of relax, because then you didn't have to deal with this vulnerability. The most easiest and obvious example is someone being in love with someone else, but that someone else isn't all that you wanted or are not cooperating. So you decide to leave that person and going in your own direction, creating your own life for yourself. But then the divine comes and say, but hey, what about love? Okay, so this is coming a song for you. What about love? What about us? And we have justice here as well, and four of swords. So I'm thinking there might be like lovers dispute that had led to maybe a distance between people, and maybe you Aries are leading the troops to kind of make the distance greater. You are moving away from this person, but now the divine wants you to make a course change, a change of direction, because there's more to be seen here. Yes, you saw that this person wasn't maybe helpful, or didn't show you enough love, or didn't respect you, or didn't try hard enough, or whatever it was that made you take this decision. But the truth is that you still love them, and chances are they still love you. Okay, so I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. 5 of Pentacles. This is probably what you want to avoid with your very clear course of direction. 5 of Pentacles. You don't want to feel left out in the cold. You don't want to feel disrespected. You don't want to feel badly treated. So you just I don't care about you anymore. I will create my own beautiful life, and you have a nice life, and see you never. Okay, because you wanted to avoid this feeling here. The truth is that you want commitment from this person, is what I would say. And we have the Lovers here, the 6 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. So I'm thinking that you feel like a hopeless fool for wanting this love back, but you at least need to admit it for yourself. Okay, you don't need to admit it to this person if you think they are going to disrespect you. Just admit it to yourself. Keep it real. Okay, so I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so you need to trust your own instinct, even if they say something that sounds like something from the fairy tales, like this person will come back and they will be all changed, and yeah, okay, it still might give you an indication that the divine wants you to actually wait for this kind of miracle. Actually, in the Tot Tarot, the 10, the wheel card says, if there's no miracles happening now, something is wrong. Okay, so I will just tune in to you, Aries, and your reading for a few seconds. So my dear Aries, this is your future there, and this is your now there, and this is your past. And in the past we have a 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords, in this case, I feel it's about you lying a little bit to yourself. It might be that maybe this person were the first one lying. Maybe they didn't reveal their true intentions and emotions towards you. Maybe they tried to keep up a face, because sometimes with the 7 of Swords, we try to survive through difficult thoughts that we have. We're thinking that we are not good enough, not lovable, we're not going to succeed, things like that. So we cover it up with saying that we didn't want it anyway. Okay, so it can be a person saying, well, I don't really love you, and I don't feel that we can take the next step in our relationship. I don't have that kind of devotion for you. And you feel like something is off, and it might be because this person might not be, they might be afraid to take the next step with you. Maybe they think you are going to reveal them as as like something that they have been holding a secret. They might have shown like a certain face to you, like this is who I am, and that might be the person they want to be, but they know in their heart that they are someone else, and they can't really love themselves. So therefore they are showing you this mask, and they know that they won't be able to keep up this mask forever. So therefore they don't want to go into deeper relationship with you. So again, that's the most obvious thing for love, but it might be like a situation where in a family as well, where someone is lying to protect someone else from the hideous truth that they are carrying all alone. So it can be so many different things. The key here is that someone is they have such a challenging thinking that they are coming out as not totally authentic. Maybe because they have like negative thinking that they are not good enough, for example. And then we try to cover this up because we don't want to show to others that we are not good enough. We try to show a perfect facade. But Seven of Swords is also about teaching experience. So whatever is happening here is happening, so all of you will be taught about something and get more experience about something. So the sevens are always challenges, spiritual challenges, and here's a challenge when it comes to thinking, speaking, writing, things like this, and to keep oneself authentic and true to one's own source. Okay. So it can also be someone cheating on a test, or a journalist writing something about you that's not true, or it can be things like that as well. And here we have Justice. So this is a trial. So it might be something someone has said something about you that wasn't true, and it led to trial. It can be so many different various of things that's going on here. But I will more talk about the things that's going on in the depth of humans in any of these kind of situations. Okay. So with the justice, justice needs to be served. People needs to share their truth. The truth needs to come out, even if it's a bad truth and it will put you in a bad light. Truth will still set you free. So the truth is better than any lie you can come up with to cover up yourself. And that is true also for which people you love. And like even if you love someone that you don't want to love, you still need to admit, at least for yourself, that you do have strong feelings for them still. So it's like always about keeping it real, at least for yourself. Okay. So justice is talking about balance, and if someone has not shown their true face, it might be that the divine wants to change the course of events so that eventually the truth will be exposed. We have 10, the wheel, 11, justice, major arcana card. Also we had the sun, 19, 1 plus 9, 10, the wheel, 10, 1 plus 0 is also the magician. The magician is known to be a trickster when it comes to communication. So you're dealing with these kind of things here. Like truth and consequence. It's like this game, truth and consequence. Maybe it's not what you say in English, but it's a game where you can either choose maybe to say the truth or to take consequence about something. Okay, and this is also the game here, but for real, in real life, not a party game. Okay, it might be a party game as well. Someone might have play this game. And here we have the star card. 19, the sun, it's the soul of our solar system, but there's so many souls for other solar systems, and each of us have like this kind of sun above our head, and we are not in that state right now. We can't see it in this dimension anyway, but eventually our whole body will be radiant with this sun. It's like a beautiful aura. and that's when you have become enlightened. So this is talking about the road towards enlightenment that you go together with other people. And it's different routes you are taking, but you are going to end up with the same knowledge eventually. The truth will set everyone free, but you can't be like in anticipation or like you can't push things. People will grow in their own pace. So if you want someone to admit to the truth now, and they will be ready first in like 10,000 years, it's no use to be in anticipation and hoping for that person to change their mind and finally be brave enough to expose their truth. The most important thing is what you do with your truth. Okay. So it shows like there's some kind of destiny going on here with the star card, the 10 and the 11th here, justice, big destiny is calling you. So you are here right now to fulfill your destiny. It seems like the divine is very eager to see how you're going to act in this situation. Okay, so this is your past, and it's a Prince of Cups. So you might have been offered love to someone, or someone has been offered love to you. This might also show a Pisces, maybe a Scorpio or a Cancer in your life, or any person that comes then with a love offer. If it's showing a Pisces, it's not always a love offer, but if it's not a Pisces, it's definitely a love offer. Or it doesn't have to be love, it can be you getting money as well, or getting a promotion or something like this, some admiration, or someone acknowledging you, maybe making a toast for you. So maybe it's not like bad things written in this magazine, maybe it's like something honorable, but maybe it's still not the truth, since these serious cards about truth and destiny came out. And here we have a 10 of Cups. So it seems like very deep love. Someone has offered you very deep love, or you feel very deep love towards someone. The Prince of Cups is a little bit immature. So even if they love with the same capacity that anyone else, they might have sometimes a hard time sticking up for their love. They might either be over idealistic about love and throwing themselves in loving relationships and kind of living and dying with that relationship, or they might not be able to stand up for love at all. They just feel very intense feelings, but they can't. So it can be like a little bit unbalanced, like a little bit a dramatic person. But with the 10 of Cups, the love is genuine, it's real, it's long lasting, it's not going to end anytime soon. But I will contradict that with saying that the 10th is sometimes about endings. But usually where the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Coins comes, that's talking about lasting values. The more masculine 10s, like 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, are often leading to some kind of abrupt ending, while the feminine 10s is more about long-lasting value. So it seems like long-lasting value in a love relationship, their love is real. It might just be that the maturity level prevents this person from showing it. And here we can see this with the Hangman, that this person is kind of blocked in taking action because maybe they don't have the confidence that a person that needs to woo someone else has to have. Okay, maybe we are a little bit immature, and either we are very in love with the person and sends them notes all the time, making them think that they have a stalker, or the other way, like pretending like you don't love them at all and not looking in their direction even, or never ever admitting to your friends that you have a hotspot for this person. So it's immature kind of love here. But the good news is that the Hangman, it's another in this series, 10, 11, 12, 10, the Wheel of Fortune, 11, Justice, and here the Hangman, that this person is going through something, like a necessary loop of experience, and it's like spiritual quest where they are going to come out as more mature and more enlightened. So this situation with being hooked up on loving you will probably make them grow immensely, because if you find out that the love won't go anywhere, like I'm in love with this person and I don't want to show because it's embarrassing and I want to be cool. This is a very cool person here, but the love won't go anywhere, so they're kind of stuck. Okay, I'm a cool person, but I'm in love, so it doesn't add up. My friends will laugh at me. This is like high school, okay? But it's still people that's like even in the like retirement homes might still have these exact same problems, okay? So it's not about age, it's about maturity. And that is kind of a honey trap from the divine point of view. It's like they are getting nowhere. They can't show the love because they are too darn cool, and they can't stop loving the person because the love is eternal. So they are very cool, so they can't show you that they love you, so they are not going to be able to get you because you need to be wooed and be shown love and respect and all these things to fall for this person. But they can't show you this because they are too cool, and they can't forget about you because the love is eternal. So you see, they are really in a pickle here. That's a divine honey trap at its best, okay? And this is just one variation. There can be in so many variations, these honey traps. But it can be also married couple, maybe they have quarreled for many years, and this person, no, I don't want to love them anymore. I decide I don't want to love them because it's not healthy, it's not good for me. But the love is still there, so what to do? So it can be more advanced. In this first example I gave you, it's very easy. The person needs to kind of lose their cool and become a lover. It's not that hard. But here, if you are in a situation where you might feel like there's no way out, you can't love this person because you can't be with this person because they are maybe you're not at all compatible, or they don't show you love and respect, so you want to leave them or don't want to admit to your love for them, but the love is still there. So it can be more advanced, and then it's harder what to do. So if you are in this very tricky situation, the only thing you can do is admit to the love being there, and also admit to that you have problems that for now seems unsolvable, and then let the divine help you, ask for help, and also let time have its course here with the hangman. So eventually maybe both you and this person has grown, and then suddenly there's a lot of solutions to the problem. Okay, so just keep it real. That's the most important thing here in this reading, to keep it real. Okay. And this is in the now, and here we have a Prince of Pentacles. So we can see this Seven of Swords, Prince of Cups kind of thing is now getting deeper to the root cause. Who am I really? Okay. Am I this mask I have, or am I the love? Only the love, a person that lose themselves in love? Or am I this cool, like this person trying to calculate and figure things out? How can I play this other person? How can I come out as the winner, the one that doesn't have to give so much in this love relationship or doesn't lose their face? So some people are shooting these kind of games too. But here we are coming to the core of the issue, like who am I really? Okay, who am I beneath all my conditioning and everything, my hopes and dreams and everything? Who am I? So when we act more naturally, instead of showing masks or maybe trying to force someone else to love us, that can't because they don't have the ability just yet. They haven't evolved into that state that they can love. Then we find ourselves in our core, like who we were when we came. God planted you like this. Here you are, okay? This is you, your natural self. They planted you here for a reason. They wanted you exactly like this. So why show a face? Why have a mask? Okay, why not be fully authentic? At least admit to yourself who you are and what you want. Even if you are scared that other people will come like vultures and eat from your carcasses just because you showed vulnerability. Many people have very hard time with showing vulnerability, but at least you can show vulnerability to yourself, okay, and to the divine, okay. And here we have a Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is a good thing, but it's also the easy way out. It's like, well, I don't care about other people, so I will make my own life happy and I won't deal with other people. And this might be what a person needs for now to find themselves. When we make a great foundation for ourselves with self-love, where we kind of have everything we need inside of us, then maybe it doesn't matter what other people thinks of us, their opinions about us, or what we said to them, or what we didn't say, or if we can accept ourselves fully, accept ourselves, who we are, and what makes us happy and what doesn't make us happy, and support ourselves, accept ourselves. This is person building on their beautiful feng shui garden, and always accepting themselves, and therefore making like a very great foundation. So I'm thinking this is a beautiful way of depicting how a person starts to accept themselves and become a little bit more stubborn. Like, I don't going to let the world change me. If I love someone, I love them. If I don't want to be with them, I don't want to be with them. If they change, maybe I will change. Okay, so it's like keeping it exactly as it is. And this is the protection, like the little wall here. It's not totally rigid. It doesn't go to the sky. It's just like a little bit like a mark, like here, but no, not further. Inside here, it's my personal space. So it's like having boundaries. And when you have boundaries and you say, well, I don't care really what you think. What I need to do in this situation is what's best for me. And this is what's best for me. And if you think I'm going down the wrong road for me, then it's my mistake to be done. I can't live the life in the way you want me to. So many people live their lives in the way they think other people want them to live their life. But here is a person that's starting to make themselves so resilient in their own energy that they don't have to follow other people's like zillion different advices anymore. And 9 is of course connected to the Hermit, so it's a rebel, like separating themselves from society to look at society and themselves in a new way. And this is how society grows, because eventually with the 14, the Alchemist, this person will come back with a scientific news to the library of humankind. The 5, the High Priest, it's the library, okay. And here we have a 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords looks awful okay, but it's not. In this situation, it's not. It's the old backbone that you don't really need anymore because you're about to grow. So you don't need, maybe if you are this tough football player that has a certain kind of like... I don't need anyone else. I'm generalizing, of course, but I'm trying to paint a picture so you will understand. Maybe this is all gone now, okay? I'm not a football player. I was born as this, my soul, okay? And I don't have to be the stereotype of a football player. I can be whatever I want, whatever I am. So the old thing here, this is all the... opinions people had about you, all the eyes that were on you, and you kind of failed them because you don't want to be the stereotype anymore. You don't want to hide behind a mask. You want to be genuine. So, okay, to hell with all this conditioning then. If someone says, well, you're such a coward, okay, then I'm a coward. I'm not going to do this because it's against everything I stand for. So I'm not going to do this. You can call me a coward all day. I don't care, okay? This is a person that doesn't care because they made themselves happy, okay? So they don't need anyone else to tell them that they are all right. They already know, okay? But this is, of course, hard. because it's like you have changed, and people will say, well, I don't even recognize you anymore. Who are you? Well, I'm more myself than I were before. That's your best answer here. I'm more myself than I were before. This is the true me. And I hope that you will love me for who I am. But if you don't, I know that we're not compatible. Because if you love the person I were back here when I didn't show my true face, then you love something that's not even for real. This is real. This is me. And if you don't like it, I can't do anything about it. The only thing I can do is to be me. So justice, it's about giving yourself justice. Finally, having the whole trial, standing on your side, okay, speaking for you. And the trial, all the people in the trial, the judge, the jury, the lawyers, the prosecutor, everyone is different aspects within yourself. So when you dream about people being against you or chasing you, it's you being against you, it's you chasing you, or it's you giving yourself a bad trial, or you not backing you up, or you not accepting yourself. But in this case, there's something else, okay? You're starting to stand on your own side no matter what. It doesn't matter, okay? You will still be able to take in other people's opinion. You love them, but you're not going to change who you are at the core. But with a 10 here, it might come a time eventually when you will be better on explaining for other people who you are, like in a way that will make them understand you and have empathy for you and come closer to you, instead of in a way that here might alienate people a little bit. But you might want to alienate them a little bit so you can see who is your true friends and who's not, who is actually loving your true self and not the image that you once showed to the world, okay? So there's something good coming out of this. It might be another person in your life going through this, like you might be with an actual football player and this is what they are going through. So it's just to show you so you can understand. And if this is you, you will know what I'm talking about, okay? So this is your future, so probably going into maybe into August or late July, and we have another 10, so it's the 10 of Pentacles. So I hope you notice we have the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. We also had the 10, the Wheel of Fortune. The only thing we're missing now is the 10 of Wands, but we kind of don't need it because the 10 of Wands is usually about blockage, not being able to say what comes natural, but actually stopping yourself right there. And it's about suppressing yourself, so we don't want that. And the 10 of Pentacles, you know, as I said, with the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles is about lasting value. So I'm thinking this person loves you no matter what, and you kind of love them no matter what. So it's a very stable foundation, and it's the bonds, these kind of bonds between people that makes us, it's like how the divine is making us grow through love relationships. They trick you like this. They make you fall in love with someone that's not at all compatible to you and will drag you through hell because you need them to drag you through hell because you need to grow like this. So maybe a person, this football player here, married a person that couldn't accept them for the mask they were showing. They always wanted to talk with their soul. So they say, no, this is not you. This is not your true you. Now you're lying. This is not your true feelings. And they are giving this person hell. Okay. And eventually they leave them also. But the nice thing is that they still love each other, even though this person might leave or there might be a break in the relationship because they have this bond. And eventually they might come back together. This person have finally understand what they meant with, you need to be more, you need to show me vulnerability, you need to be able to talk with me, you need to show me what's in your heart. Now they know what this other person was talking about. And if this other person isn't too pissed off, they will welcome this person back and say, okay, I will trust you once more. We try again. Okay. So this is how the divine is having a tight grip on you. And many people for that reason doesn't want to fall in love, because they know there's going to be heartbreak and pain, because this is your plan with being in love and the divine plan with being in love. It's like falling into a like pitfall and having to climb up for years and to just fall down again and having to climb. So it's not the paradisic state, but we are not here to live in a paradisic state. We are here to experience things and expand our awareness and becoming more loving souls. So when you leave this place, when you die, the hangman comes. It's 12. Next card is 13, death. This is minor arcana, death. I'm not saying that you are going to die, but I'm talking about death now. When you die and you come to whatever heaven we comes to, and you will see that this was your agenda with coming down to earth. This was what was written, but this what you came up with. Only one thing. The other things you didn't do, because you were so preoccupied with avoiding love, because you thought it was so hard. Yes, it was hard, but if you would have stick to it, you would have learned all these kind of things. So now you need to go down another life and another life and another life to learn these other things that you didn't learn in this lifetime because you avoided the difficulties. So I'm just saying, I'm not judging. You can do what feels best for you, and people sometimes need to learn in moderation with small portions. Can't stand too much like challenges and jumping through hoops. So that's fine. I'm just saying the laying of the land, so you are informed to take a decision. Okay. So the next card here is 5 of Pentacles. So what we try to avoid all along is still how we feel. We love someone, but we feel that they don't love us for who we are. But the thing is that it doesn't matter who loves you for who you are or not. It matters if you love you for who you are. When you love yourself, respect yourself, give yourself justice, have your back, other people will do this for you too. And if you do this for other people, this will be golden stars for you. Even if they don't see what you are doing, it's going to give you an advantage on your spiritual path, because when you are able to show people love, even if they can't show it back, it's really about you have been able to grow and been able to be the bigger person. And yes, I know you don't love me anymore, it's fine, I still love you anyway. So that's better than to say, I never loved you. Even if sometimes we need maybe to scream that to not end up with the 10 of Wands suppression card. When we suppress things, even anger, it's not good for our body. For example, anger hits the liver very hard. Okay, so 5 of Pentacles, we all loved. It seems like there's the greatest love story in the world here. We have both 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. But unfortunately, the people being involved in this love relationship is a little bit touchy, okay? Being easily dramatic and being like, I will never, and I won't ever engage again, and also people not knowing themselves. So that's the sadness of this. The love is real, it's just the people is not fully evolved to be able to handle this love with great harmony and care. Like, okay, next card, and then we have the Magician. So the Magician, okay. So this person that goes through this profound awakening here, that might be like falling down from a cliff and waking up afterwards and finally finding solutions to all your problems. It's this person that has transformed, that needs to change the outcome of this relationship, okay? So if you're waiting for someone to evolve and you feel like, well, they don't love you because they are acting stupid in some way, they don't value the true values in life, like love and commitment and friendship and having each other's backs and giving each other freedom to roam, and like this stable foundation of love. If they don't treasure it, you might feel like this, and it's nothing you can do. But one day they will have learned, and hopefully then they will come and make things better. But you can't live on this. Like, you can't live on this that someone else will come and make you happy one day. So while we are waiting for someone to evolve, take this time to evolve yourself. Again, love yourself, then you never have to feel like this. Take care of your own life. Make yourself. It's also the value you have on yourself is the value you have in your wallet, because 9 and 10 of Cups is a buttload of money, but the 5 of Pentacles is when we lose it all because we don't feel worthy. I'm not worthy of this much money, or I'm not worthy of being with this lovely person that's so loving to me. I'm not worthy. And the divine says, well, your wish is my command. As you think, so it will be in your life. So if you think that you have all this love, it's just that people are unexperienced and immature and can't show it. You still have this love, but the only thing you can see is the lack of love. And the way that you think about the lack of love is the way how love is going to express further on in your life. So it's like a self-fueling eternity wheel, like the same thing. So the wheel is about that also. What you sow is what you're going to reap, and how you make your bed is how you're going to lie in it. So it seems very, very, very important that you don't have too like black view on the world and love. You need to have a more light-hearted like setting, because with all these, like the 10 and the 11 and the Hangman and the Magician and the Sun and the Star, it's like you are the divine right now. You are the creator, and what you think is what's going to happen. Okay, so be very careful, utterly careful with what you think. Start to do mindfulness, yoga, meditation, clear your mind, clear your spirit. Try to see things in a more positive way. Don't fool yourself, don't lie to yourself, but try to see things a little bit more positive. Okay, I will read a 9 of Pentacles card for you. Seems to be popular with the 9. I think I read 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles this time around. Okay, so success brings, this center card is the most important card. It affects everything in your reading. Success brings the good things in life. You may receive a windfall or some other form of income. I said this sighing thing, or because they write unearned, and I don't think that's a good way to phrase it. It's of course earned. So this is the old way of thinking, this way, that you need to stop thinking in that way. So you may receive a windfall or some other form of income, or you may have reached a stage where you no longer need to work to earn a living. The card can symbolize luxuries, hobbies, and pleasures. Pentacles represent the material world, but the meaning of the number 9 suggests depth. It's the Hermit. And so it's possible that you are developing an awareness of what truly matters in life and are keen to succeed, not only materially, but also spiritually. The idealism and moral values typified by the number 9 mean that you search for a truly satisfying and fulfilled life. Has to include far more than simply a beautiful environment and good standard of living. Your values need affirming too in the way you live your life, like what people really wants to have experienced when the life is, they are near death, those kind of things, like love, family, being more with friends. Even though the 9 of Pentacles card is kind of singles loner card, someone that's make this happen for themselves. It is possible that you are enjoying the benefits of a successful and full life on your own, and you might have the opportunity to pursue solitary interest or paths that you have previously been unable to explore. Generally, this card indicates a productive, active, and settled life, which is self-assured and spiritually aware. So this is where the divine wants you. Self-assured and spiritually aware, so you kind of are not so touched by the turnings of the wheel of fortune and the wheel of life and time, and you put yourself center, and you kind of become the seed that survives any storm. So you're ready to come out in full bloom when situations are a little bit more like with better benefactors, okay, more benefactory. Okay, so I'll read, I will find a Sacred Rebels card for you. Okay, that one. Going beyond normal. So it's like a light bulb here. So it's close to the Hermit card, but also enlightenment in the shape and form of the Sun and the Magician. Having some kind of idea, maybe. So, going beyond normal. Okay. 14. On the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance, justice there. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Placing science and architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfast, rely on logic, proof, and complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with a trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly accordingly to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct, and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold as it will. There is a time and place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. There are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant not to worship them or allow them to quash our less rational but equally valuable decision-making tools, intuition, feeling, and those things you know without knowing how you know them. The flowing inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basic in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and art do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set aside time to draw upon reliable methods and to prepare with certain tools. However, there is also a healthy dose of organic flow, responsiveness, and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid, healing heart. Okay, so it's very much tying together the whole reading, and it's also was saying this about yes, about your garden, of course, but with logic. I think logic is a wonderful tool, and I don't think it's in opposition to the arts. I'm thinking logic is something that comes from both, but thinking can be opposing to arts, maybe, because I'm thinking the subconscious is like your hard drive, and your so the subconscious is like the hard drive, and the logic, the thoughts is like your awakened memory, like the memory you have on your computer screen. Okay, so everything you have been doing in life will be recorded into the subconscious. So the subconscious is as smart and logic as nature. Nothing is more logic than nature. We can't compete with nature when it comes to intelligence and logic. Everything is beautifully, logically. We are nature, for example, take care of all wastes. All waste becomes treasure for in the life cycle. It still becomes a treasure, but in human intelligence have created waste and ways that can't go away for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Might be the end of us also. So nature and the subconscious is utterly smart. So your subconscious nature will calculate things for you that will come as intuition, that will come as a feeling, a hunch, or a scare. And that is a good lead. So you need to use that lead together with your thoughts, like being able to calculate things and think if this is true, is it not true? But the heart of this matter, anyway, I'm thinking it's as simple as this, that you love someone and maybe the divine wants you to have hope that they will come back, and you don't dare to hold that hope because it doesn't feel logic. So that is what I have for you. But I'm thinking whatever is, as long as you have hopes for this situation. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be your brother doing drugs, or your mother that doesn't want to admit to the faults that she once did when you were younger, or whatever it is. If you feel hope, like stupid hope that this will solve itself, that this person will come around, let the hope be there. What bad can it cause? Okay, it might be that the hope is so profound that it would kind of make you very, very happy if this came true. And we don't want you to live in anticipation and unable to live here and now. You can't live. You need to wait for this beautiful thing to happen, before this miracle, before you can fully live. So there's a logic also in not wanting to have this kind of hope, because you might left everything up to hope. But here it's about having the hope, being able to hold the hope, and still being able to continue with your life as nothing. Okay, so always have the hope just with you, and when the miracle happens, you are ready to receive, and you know what it's all about. You won't be like, no, this is too much, or I'm not worthy of this kind of love, or whatever it is that you have hopes for. Okay, so I hope that this will help, and that you will feel helped by this. I'm also wanting to say that I'm so grateful for all of you watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. It means the world to me. So know that I'm super grateful. Okay, and I also want to welcome you back to my next reading that I will perform in the beginning of July. Okay, bye bye.